Yeah, hello. Welcome back. In this video, let us discuss about enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets. If you have gone through PMBOK, these enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets are an input for most of the processes. We talk about for at least for 90% of the processes, this EEF and OPA are inputs. So understanding this will make our life easier because across the processes there is a repetition of enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets. But a word of caution, from process to process, the relevant enterprise environmental factors and the organizational process assets could vary depending on the phase of the project. Which are all the enterprise environmental factors that are critical, or which are all the organizational process assets that are critical for that particular phase of the project may vary. But generally speaking, across all processes, this EEF and OPA are a common input. And sometimes it appears in the output side as well. So let us take a step further and try to understand what these are. Not very difficult. These enterprise environmental factors, if you see, it can be categorized into two, internal to the organization and external to the organization. So what is an enterprise environmental factor? Anything that can affect a project, which happens around that project, maybe internal, maybe external to the project, is an enterprise environmental factor. Now, let us say I am constructing a house. The climatic conditions of my preferred location is an enterprise environmental factor because that will have an impact on the design of the house. If I am constructing a dam, then I should know whether it is an earthquake prone region or not, which is an enterprise environmental factor. So this enterprise environmental factor could be internal to the project or could be external to the project. If I have to construct a house, I need to get the clearance from the government. That is a external dependency. An internal factor could be I should decide about what type of construction I should have, depending on the manpower availability and stuff like that. So that can be, I can decide whether I should go for a manual testing or an automated testing. That is depending on the manpower availability. That is a internal factor. So enterprise environmental factor primary can be classified into two, that is, this can be internal to the organization or can be external to the organization. Now, example for enterprise environmental factors which are internal to the organization are organizational culture is an example, working hours, which is internal to the organization. The value system of the organization is definitely internal. Information system that is being used within the organization, that is internal, and the capability of the people available. I mentioned this in the previous slide as well. If I have people with capability for test automation, I can go with the test automation. Otherwise, I may have to do manual testing. Going forward, examples for enterprise environmental factors which are external to the project are climatic conditions, the competition, the national holidays, of the country, the political climate of the country, the government laws of the country. So these are just examples. Okay, we should be able to add more to this. So these are just examples. Before starting a project, I should know the political climate of that place. If it is stable, okay, then I can go ahead. If it is highly disturbed, then I may have to think twice, maybe. My project holidays should tally with the, synchronize with the national holidays of that particular geography. Otherwise, there could be problems. Let's move forward. Now, organizational process assets. It is any artifact, practice or knowledge from any or all of the organizations involved in the project can be treated as organizational process assets. Typically, the processes, the policies, the procedures, the organizational knowledge bases. My definition is any intellectual property which can be or must be reused for the project. It belongs to any stakeholder of the project, maybe from the customer side, supplier side, or from the performing organization side. Everything can be treated as organizational process assets. Now, if I'm executing a project for an MNC company, which is the buyer's market, they may enforce their processes to be followed for my project, then I'll have to follow. So my customer's processes becomes an example for an OPA. Similarly, if I'm availing services from a big consulting company, sometimes they'll enforce their processes to me. So even my suppliers' processes sometimes becomes an organizational process assets. See, all these things have impact on my project estimation. If I have to, let's say if I'm going to do a project for an MNC, and if I have to follow their processes, first of all I have to sit and study their processes, then I should conduct training programs to impart that knowledge to my team. All this involves additional costs, money, resources. Sometimes I get reusable components from past projects that will reduce my estimations. So these things have a major role in the project estimation. Okay, so let us proceed. So we have discussed about organizational process assets and enterprise environmental factors. Now, if you click below, there's a link. You click on it, you will get more information about the course. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe to PMRI Campus on YouTube. That will be great, so that you will not miss any of the upcoming videos. These videos are recorded for our students who are doing the PMP online course. This is available to anybody who has an interest to learn PMBOK version 6. It is free. At the same time, you can easily convert this into this PDU certification by registering for our course. So please get in touch with me. There is a link provided at the bottom of this video. So you click on it. You can express your interest to the course and we will get back to you. Thank you very much.